So to kind of shift gears and talk about something a little bit more positive or something that's more exciting for me in the tech space and the gaming space is I'm going to talk about gaming handhelds because we've come a long way from the black and white DS's Game Boys to things like the Steam Deck, which I play pretty frequently. I love this thing. I mean, you know, my fiance probably gets driven insane by the amount that I play this thing because I'm sitting here on the couch playing it while we're doing things sometimes. Anyway, I love my Steam Deck, right? And I can't talk enough about it, which means I'll probably talk about it in multiple episodes going forward and in the future with people who I bring on and whatnot, because I actually really do think that the gaming handheld space is gonna do nothing but improve from here. Yes, you can see that Valve and the Steam Deck have really unlocked the floodgate. It may not, the Steam Deck may not be the most powerful thing on the planet compared to like the ROG Ally or the Legion Go or even the new MSI handheld coming out. But the thing is that you got to admit that it's been the most consistent out of all of them. It's had the least amount of technical issues compared to the other Windows machines, but I digress. What I want to talk about with this is I want to talk about how exciting it actually is to start getting into gaming handhelds, because one thing I do not like about PC that I miss about gaming on consoles more, is I really miss the flexibility of being able to just sit on the couch and just game. That was such a amazingly beautiful concept back in the day that I took for granted because I didn't know anything else. But now, as I've gotten more into PC over the past 6 years or so, and I've been sitting at the desk gaming more and more, the gaming handheld space has really kind of reinvigorated me about the fact that I miss that element of sitting on the couch and just gaming, because I do that all the time. There's not a lot of games that I want to play on the Steam Deck in terms of variety, but there's just sometimes where I just want to game on the couch, and I have a set amount of games that I game on the Steam Deck on the couch. Example being games like Halls of Torment, Death Must Die, as well as older titles like, you know, the Spider-Man remaster game, Miles Morales. Also, Diablo 4 runs really great on the Steam Deck. The list goes on. I have quite a few games that are primarily games that I game on the Steam Deck, and I do game on the PC sometimes, but mostly on the Steam Deck because I want to have those as my focus, right? Anyway, that's really where I'm getting at, is that I feel like that unlike VR, which is still kind of in a weird spot because VR is still not fully fleshed out. I think the Quest 3 is as close as we've gotten as to being full fleshed out. And then obviously the Vision Pro is just something else completely different. I mean, that's more of a lifestyle thing now, in my opinion. The gaming handhelds are constantly going to be getting better from here, because I think that developers, studios, and also, you know, publishers and things like that are going to start realizing that, hey, there's a huge market here. People love these things. I mean, right now they're a little bit pricey, but people do love them. So they're going to start actually developing games around these handhelds. They're actually going to, instead of them just developing for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation and Nintendo, they're going to start making stuff that actually runs well on these platforms. And that's the beauty of it, right? Is we're getting another platform to be able to game on that's not just sitting at a computer, you know, which is nice for me. And I understand that a lot of people are pretty upset with the limitations of these things right now, because yes, you can't play on the Steam Deck, for example. You can't play Call of Duty, or you can't play Starfield, or things of that nature. These super high-end AAA games like Remnant 2 or anything like that, they run really poorly on there. But I really do feel like that the overall point is being missed. This thing, like, look at my computer. This is a computer, right? This is a computer. That's a computer. They're the same thing, except this one is significantly smaller. It is significantly smaller, and you're able to play PC games from your library in your hands. I get it, it's limiting, but you got to think cooling. You got to think like, okay, well, these are APUs. They're not full dedicated GPUs. Who knows? We may get full dedicated GPUs in future handheld hardware. That's a possibility with how small things are getting and how compact they can make things. I mean, you look at my 4080, it is not compact. I get it, but that was because the cooler is huge. But my point is that yes, these are limited right now, but as future iterations come out, man, the possibilities are endless. We're going to get more and more power as time goes on with these devices. And I'm really excited for it because I feel like these things are going to be, dude, if we can get to the same power as a PS5 or an Xbox with these little tiny devices, man, we're in the game. You know what I mean? It's going to be awesome. And I mean, these things are pretty close. They're not like, crazy, but at the same time, I don't know, like, unlike Apple VR and unlike, VR headsets, I see the potential and the promise for these gaming handhelds. And I think that they're actually going to go a long way. And I really love these devices. I love what they're trying to do. I'm not as big of a fan of the Windows versions. Admittedly, I haven't played them personally, but I just don't like the layout. I like how the Steam Deck is. You launch in and you're basically in like a console-like platform. It's actually really nice, and I really do love the ecosystem of Linux and what they've built on the Steam Deck. It's really nice, and I'm looking forward to the Steam Deck 2, which I will be getting at some point. But yeah, I don't know, like, I'm really excited for the future of handhelds, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to do more with this, because at the end of the day, the more options we have as gamers, the better we are, in my opinion, because that's going to make developers hopefully do a little bit better with developing games around these things.